So what is the alternative? So I dropped a video earlier today. Don't let your peoples draw you out. And I got a tiny little bit of pushback in the comment section, which is cool. I don't expect everyone to agree with what I say. And it's good. Gives me talking points as well, innit? So anyone got any disagreements in that, I want to know about it in the comment section below, innit? Probably make a response video to it. So towards the end of that video, don't let your peoples draw you out. I'm talking about domestic violence. And I'm saying that women should leave a situation where they're getting harmed by their boyfriend. Someone in the comment section said, yeah, you can't just look at it like it's black and white, especially as you've never been in that situation yourself, innit? I will still stand firm with what I said, innit? Because what is the alternative? Do you like pain? Do you like living in fear? Like, I don't like pain, you know, and I would never want to live in fear. So if I was a female and I was in a domestic violence situation, I would leave the situation. Now, some women will say, well, then that might mean that they will become homeless. Well, hold on a minute. There's refuge centers for women, you know. Some women might say, oh, well, then you might have to leave the kids behind. You know what? You might have to do that, you know. Imagine what you're teaching your children by staying and sticking around whilst being abused by someone else. You're basically telling them that it's okay to be abused by someone. So when your daughters grow up, or even your sons, because some men get beaten up by their girlfriends and that, you're teaching them that it's all right, it's acceptable to take a beating from someone that they're supposed to love, their partner. Leave the situation. Call the feds, call the police. They'll put you in a refuge center. Trust me, I've been to them places there. There was one in Hornsey, like where women who were victims of domestic violence and that, they go there. It's like a refuge center for women only, and that. There's places. No woman has to stay in a relationship where they're getting beaten up and abused and that. What's the alternative? Let me tell you what the alternative. You might die, you know. Yeah. There's women that die from domestic violence, you know. Like I see videos online. I saw a woman get thrown down a flight of stairs, you know. She didn't die, but man's heard other stories as well. I even know a woman, she told me the worst story ever in it. The girl didn't die, but she kind of did. But anyway, so basically, this woman I know used to have a niece. Well, she's got a niece, and she used to have one boyfriend who's from Hackney. So the niece was from Tottenham, and the boyfriend was from Hackney. And he used to beat her up and stuff and take her money. Like, she would get paid from work, but he would take her wages and spend it. She used to get into mad amounts of debt and that because of him. So this was going on for a long while and that, like, and the girl that I know, the niece told her what the situation was. So they went around to the house and they beat him up. The woman and a couple other people, they went to the house and beat up this boyfriend or whatever, innit? So yeah, they kicked him out of the house or whatever, innit? And then they've gone about their business. A few days later, the boyfriend's called up the niece and said, yeah, meet me here or whatever, innit? I want to apologize to you or something like that. The guy battered the girl, stripped her naked and raped her in the back of a car, innit? They were sitting in the car and the police drove past. And basically she must have mouthed to them like I'm in trouble or made some kind of signal or whatever, in it. And anyway, they've stopped them and they've managed to rescue the girl, whatever, in it. You know, the girl died. They had to revive her, you know, because they battered her so badly to the point where when the girl that I know went to the hospital to see her, they had to close the curtain on her inside, like obviously the ward or whatever, in it, because the other patients were scared to look at her because they beat her so badly. Imagine that. That could be you, you know. That could be you. You see all the time, like NFL players and that, picking up gal, dashing them in TVs and all kind of madness and that. Like, imagine what it would be like to be in a abusive relationship and that. That's like a known madman on the ends said he's gonna burn down your yard and that, you'll constantly be on tilt. Fuck that. Nah, man, I like to live a carefree life and I don't like to worry and that. Imagine being in an abusive relationship. You don't know when my man's just gonna decide to get up and bust your ass and that. That's long. That's long, man. So, yeah, man. Any women, if you're in a domestic violence situation, you need to get out, innit? You need to get out for yourself. You need to get out for your children. You need to show your children that it's not okay to tolerate people disrespecting you and violating you like that. So you can't just think about yourself and that. You're setting an example for your children. If you don't leave, you're telling your youths, you're telling your children that it's acceptable for someone to put their hands on you and do nothing about it. So when they grow up, they're gonna think it's acceptable. Anyway, stay away. It's done now.